Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. In this video I'm gonna make my first hands-on impression of the Zcam E2 F6. If the camera is as solid as it appears, you're gonna find out in this video. Coming up. Hi guys, my name is Paul, I'm a German filmmaker and this channel is all about filmmaking, gear reviews, but also DaVinci Resolve tutorials. So if that's something that you're interested in, consider subscribe, I would really appreciate that. So as already mentioned in this video, I'm gonna make my first hands-on impression on the Zcam E2 F6. In the near future I will also make a full review about the Zcam E2 F6 as well as a comparison between the Pocket 6K and the Zcam F6 and maybe also to the Red Dragon, but I'm not sure just yet. But if you are interested in these videos, really consider subscribe, hit that bell icon that you get notified whenever that video comes out. So before we're gonna start, thank you very much to Joel from Havacam. He has a rental house in Munich and he gave this camera to me. Without his assistant this video wouldn't be possible at all. So I will link his website where you can rent equipment for your next shoot, link down below. He's also very helpful in terms of consulting what camera you should choose for your next project, so check that out. So in here we have the Zcam E2 F6. At the first glance I'm really impressed how small this camera is. I thought it's much bigger. We already have a cage around here from SmallRig and we have a little extension here at the end from Nitsi where we can attach a V-mount plate to use it also with Zcam, with V-mount. If you don't know Zcam is a very new camera manufacturer. They also have another flagship which is called the E2S6, which has a super 35mm sensor and also 6K resolution. Then we have the F6, which is this one here, which has a full frame sensor and also 6K resolution. And there's also the F8 which also has a full frame sensor but 8K resolution. This model here specifically or especially is very interesting for me because that's the only one that claims to have 15 stops of dynamic range, which is pretty impressive. The build quality is really great, so it's really solid. It's made out of aluminium. And it feels pretty good in the hand, and I really like this small form factor. So if you want to go really small, you can just go like that with a small battery here, and you can just shoot like that if you want to, but you can also rig it out because that's what the camera is designed for. When the camera comes out of the box, there's nothing comes with the camera, just a cable to plug it into the wall. So you need to buy separately these Sony NPF batteries. You need to buy a CFast card or a cage and all that stuff, so just to be aware of. So the camera has a locking EF mount, which is pretty cool, but you can also switch the mount to PL or Micro Four Thirds, which is really cool. I also have this E&D module here with me. Just gonna pull it out really quickly here. That costs around 400 bucks. And now you have some sort of internal ND filter solution, which is pretty handy. So that isn't included in the box. You have to buy it separately, but it is really cool that Zcam has implemented it. So let's start starting this camera. First we need a lens. So quickly grab the Sigma 15mm prime lens here. And as I've already said, the locking EF mount is a little bit different than a normal EF mount, but I really like how solid it is. And normally if you attach a lens, you would try to twist it now, but that's not possible because of the locking EF mount. You have to twist the mount here really tight. And what I really like about that, how solid it is. So you can shake it here and there's no clickering, nothing. It feels really solid, which I really like. So therefore big thumbs up to Zcam for choosing the locking EF mount, which is really appreciated. So then we also need a card. to record. I'm gonna have a CFast card here. You can also record via SSD to a Samsung T5 or something like that. I'm gonna test it in my review, but I highly recommend you recording internally. I always do that on my Pocket as well, because I think that's the most secure option. So plug that baby in, right? No, always the wrong direction. Maybe this way? Yes. Okay. So, and what we're gonna need as well, it's a battery. So this battery is pretty awesome. It costs you like $35 and it will last you for around 3 hours, which is crazy. So pretty nice battery runtime right here. On the other side we have port for microphone, headphone jack, and on the back of the camera we have mini XLR. We also have like power, Wi-Fi adapter, USB-C, remote control, all that stuff. I already noticed that the XLR connection here is different to that on my Pocket, so it's even smaller than that. So the one from my Pocket won't fit, unfortunately. But what's gonna be the boot time for this camera? Because on set that's really important. So let's boot that baby up right now. So I already tested that and it's around 8.5 seconds, which is pretty okay. Compared to my Pocket, it lasts like 6 seconds. But there's also gonna be the red, which takes you around 20 seconds or even more. So that's pretty cool, that's pretty fast. Let's dive in quickly into the menu. First we have record. I think it's really, yeah, it's not too complicated. We have here, first we're gonna choose our resolution. As I've already said, we can record up to 6K. We have also 5K for 4:3 for anamorphic, and in 4K we can even record up to 120 frames per second, but only with the cinema bars. So in cinema 4K 241, but I'm gonna choose here normal 4K project frame rate, and here on the video we're gonna choose variable frame rate if you want to. So in this mode we can record up to 90 frames per second, and we have codecs like ProRes. What I also like, we have H.265, so yeah, if you don't want to have massive file sizes and you want to have small file sizes, you have also that option. But you also have ProRes internally, which is pretty nice. And we can also choose 0. It's grayed out because it's just available in 6K, but this camera also has a proprietary RAW format. But via an Atomos Ninja recorder you can also record in ProRes RAW, which is pretty cool. So yeah, nothing more spectacular about that. I think more interesting is what the image is gonna look like. So I'm gonna switch to the camera in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, now we are looking onto the image of the Zcam E2 F6. I'm using the Sigma 50mm with an aperture of 2.0. Before on the Pocket I used the 35mm Sigma. By the way, my Pocket 6K is a little bit closer to full frame because I'm using the Magic Booster, which gives me a field of view, a 1.1, 1.2x crop. So very, very similar. And therefore I want to test these cameras side by side together. Please tell me in the comments below what are your questions that I should consider when I'm making the review on the Zcam E2 F6 and also in the test with the Red Dragon. I'm really interested about that. So yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did so, please hit that thumbs up button, give me a subscribe. I would really appreciate that, and I'm gonna see you in my very next video. Cheers!